And tell us about your visit in Florida where you usually would get a herpes outbreak and you didn't get one.
I didn't get one because I was really focused on keeping it removed the whole time I was there.
Have you had one since?
No.
Well, let's keep it out for a couple of years.
Yeah.
How about that? Because it dies off. See, I don't have to check for it anymore. It's gone. You know, but it took me years. I kept finding it in my spiral body.
Yeah.
But now I don't find it anymore when I check. It dies off. If you don't let it outbreak, it dies off. So if you keep it out of your spiral, gravitate, those bodies for, you know, for me it was probably around 18 months. That's how you cure it. But you just have to, okay, keep checking, okay? Promise?
Yeah.
Now this is the bodies, and I'm going to show our viewers, this is the 12 bodies testing hierarchy, and this is the page that you use, and these are the bodies. So I'm going to say, I'm going to give you some bodies to test. Celestial.
Yeah.
Gravitational.
Yeah.
Do I have herpes in my gravitational body?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm now removing herpes from my gravitational body. And let me know when you get a signal on that.
Yeah.
Okay, just for our viewers, this is the page where you go to find the bodies. It's 12 bodies testing hierarchy. And this is the list of bodies here. So now, back to, do I have herpes in my spiral body?
No.
You get a no on that. Okay, great. Say some other bodies where you might find it and see if you get signals on them.
Karmic. Yeah.
Okay, I'm removing herpes from my karmic body. And tell me when you've done that.
Yeah.
Okay? Are there any other bodies I should check right now?
Celestial.
Okay, test that, the celestial.
Yeah.
Okay? And let me know when you've removed it.
Yeah.
See, people don't realize that this is how fast this is. But tell me this. Do you feel any different, first of all? Do you feel any different now?
No.
Should you feel any different?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. And
Oh, I should tell you one experience that I had last week.
sure, okay.
I went to bed one night last week, and I once or twice a month I get these terrible migraines on the left side of my head, and they go from my jaw to my temple. They're awful. And I started to get one. And typically what I do is I take Excedrin with caffeine. That usually helps it. But this was about 11 o'clock at night, and I knew that if I took Excedrin with caffeine, I would be up all night. So I was lying there, what can I do? And I started to move it. And it was pretty fascinating because I found it 10 of my 12 migraine.
Wow.
But in 2 of those 10, I think it was the celestial and the gravitational. When I went to fit, I felt a deep power. It was like a brake was put on, and it went away. I woke up the next morning with a very slight headache, but that, you know, potentially when I get those things, and I was starting to get nauseous, potentially when I get the things, they're pretty bad.
How long did it take for it to go away?
Right away. It was crazy.
Within
I mean, those two bodies, when I went to those two bodies, I felt the pulse. First of all, in my pulse, it feels like there's a brake being put on when I'm getting a no. And when I was removing it from those two bodies, I was getting that brake. Like it felt like there was a brake being put on. And then in my head, I also felt like the pain stopped, but it also got real tight. And it went away. It was pretty amazing. So that's really the first experience I've had where I felt an instant relief of something. The other things I've been working on are not things where, I guess maybe the neuropathy was pain, but I have not yet response to.
Well, you know, a lot of times you don't.
Yeah, but I did with migraine.
Yeah, a lot of times you don't, and so people. But these are all signals. Like your symptoms of your neuropathy have pretty much disappeared, as have the other symptoms of the Lyme disease, right?
Yeah, I feel a lot better than I did last month.
So the disappearance, see, there are 4 signals that you've cured something. One of them is a negative medical test. And another one is the disappearance of symptoms, and you've had that one. And then another one is, the immediate disappearance of symptoms, and you had that one with the good feeling, we call it. And you had that one with the migraine, which comes within a couple minutes. And then it's the and then the last of the 4 is the finger. The pulsing that you get.
Yeah.
So the question is, do you know you're able to cure things?
I feel like I am.
Yeah. So you've been you have been curing. You know that that's what I meant to ask.
But certainly with this migraine that week, I did nothing else but that. And I've got to figure that. I know how things go. I've never been able to get rid of one on my own, some type of medicine.
So this is maybe your first experience, like a direct experience of having cured something.
Maybe. I've been working on the autoimmune issues, and I've been working on this positive ankylosing spondylitis test. I've been focusing on those 2 things.
During the last week, you mean?
Yeah.
And how's that been going?
It's been going well. I mean, I usually, for the ankylosing spondylitis, I've been getting pretty much the same consistent answers about what the story is.
I just want to show our viewers that, let me just give you the bottom line on curing herpes, okay? As you were just doing. The bottom line is these bodies right in here. They're called the celestial, gravitational, spiral, and etheric. And if you keep the herpes out of those bodies, which you find on this website, curedrive.org, you will find this page, and if you keep it out of those bodies, you are going to not have any more herpes outbreaks ever. And tell us about your visit in Florida, where you usually would get a herpes outbreak and you didn't get one.
I didn't get one because I was really focused on keeping it removed the whole time I was there.
Have you had one since?
No.
Well, let's keep it out for a couple of years.
Yeah.
How about that? Because it dies off. See, I don't have to check for it anymore. It's gone. But it took me years. I kept finding it in my spiral body.
Yeah.
But now I don't find it anymore when I check. It dies off. If you don't let it outbreak, it dies off. So if you keep it out of your spiral, gravitate, those bodies for, for me it was probably around 18 months. That's how you cure it. But you just have to, keep checking, okay? Promise?
Yeah.